Okay, so here is the green background that I was telling you about in the last video. If you watched it first, I discovered that I can change the backgrounds. Never noticed that before. So this is for pre-algebra, and this is the distributive property that we are doing today in preparation for using these in equations, and which we will do that on Wednesday. So look forward to some really fun, nice long equations with lots of steps and everything. We'll have a good time. Okay, so what we're doing is distributive property means that we're going to be passing out what is on the outside of the parentheses to everything on the inside. And what that means is we'll be multiplying what's on the outside times the inside things. So here, the 3 is stuck to this parentheses right here. So we say 3 times 5x, and we also say 3 times the minus 4. It gets multiplied by both things inside. So 3 times 5x is just 15x. You just multiply the number times the number in front of the letter, and then the letter just goes along for the ride. And then the second one is 3 times negative 4. I always want you to think about the sign going with the number and multiplying it as if it was positive or negative. And since 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, we can write that down as a minus 12, just like that. And that's it. That's all you're going to be doing. You can't simplify this any further. We can't solve for x because we don't know what it equals. And that's all you need to do. So I just want you to use distributive property and write out what it equals that way. It's called simplifying. On this one, we're going to be passing out the 2 to the negative 3x and then to the 6. So 2 times negative 3x is negative 6x, because 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And then 2 times positive 6 is positive 12. And that is it. So that is your answer on that one. Let's look at the next one. This is where it gets a little tricky when we have a negative on the outside. So I have a couple of examples. Negative 2 times 5x is negative 10x. Okay. And now negative 2 times negative 7, I want you to think about that minus sign being with the 7. So negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14, so we'd write plus 14. That's very important. That is going to be where people make mistakes. They're going to just blow that off and write minus anyway. But we have a negative 2 times a negative 7, so that's positive 14. Looking at this next one, we're going to multiply negative 7 times 3 minus 6x. So negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. And then negative 7 times a negative 6x. Again, the sign in front goes with it. So a negative times a negative is a positive. So positive 42x. And that is your answer. Our last one down here, I did this just because we didn't talk about these in class until the very end, is when you have a letter that has no number in front of it. Well, remember, if there's an x there, that means we have 1x. So we always understand that there's a 1 in front of a letter that doesn't have a number. So now we say 4 times 1x is just 4x, and then 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. So we'd write 4x minus 8, and that's it. If you guys have any questions, of course you know what to do. Use a contact form and email me. Love to hear from you guys, and I'll say it again on this video, but hi, Catherine. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.